Hey everyone, what is going on? My name is Nick and welcome back to the Nick and Doug Express, where I like to express my opinions on a variety of different topics. We are finally back here on this channel doing a movie review. It has been a fat minute because one, movies really haven't been coming out. The last movie review I did was Palm Springs and The Old Guard because they both kind of coincided. And we finally got a new Netflix film today. This is Project Power. Again, it's been a long time, so for those newer to my channel who are here for my music reactions, if you want to watch this video, greatly appreciate it. If not, feel free to wait for my other videos. But if you are new here, or if you are just seeing this video or my channel for the first time, feel free to click that like button, subscribe, join in on the conversation, because as I like to say here, this is a place to express yourself just like I am. And without further ado, let's get into Project Power. So this is kind of a raw video, like I'm not going to edit too much because I'm just giving my opinions and things like that. So Project Power, I was decently excited for it. Like, I use the word excited maybe a bit much, but like I was anticipating it because I love superhero stuff. I love the boys, love the MCU, even DC. I'm like enjoying a lot the past year or two. A lot of stuff to enjoy about the DC universe right now. But at the end of the day, man, this movie, I like Jamie Foxx, I like Joseph Gordon-Levitt, so I was very excited to see what they all were going to offer. And at the end of the day, you have the director of Nerve, um, and Viral. It might be another movie that I'm missing, but those two specifically. And man, you got a good cast. You got a lot of visually stunning effects going on in this movie, and that's some of the highest praise I gotta say. Like, the people behind this movie, the director, I mean, they came from Nerve, so they really knew how to like make good visuals in that movie, and they kind of really just upgrade that here. You got the writer, or at least one of the writers from the new Batman movie that is, starring Robert Pattinson, and that whole shenanigans stuff that's going on with the DC universe. But I'm excited for that movie. So at the end of the day, this movie was very entertaining. I really dug the whole atmosphere, the vibe of it. It's no perfect movie, I'll say that right out of the gate, but it is definitely one that is entertaining. It's enjoyable. You like the cast, the actors, they're all doing a good job. Everybody here commits. You got a newcomer, cannot remember her name right now, but she just gives it her all, man. You know what? I should find out her name because that is a wrongdoing for me. To not know her name. Let's look here. So you have Dominique Fishback. Dominique Fishback. Okay. Dominique Fishback. She was really good in the movie. She's basically one of the stars of it. It's kind of hard to tell which the lead is because you got Jamie Foxx at one point being a lead, and then you follow Joseph Gordon-Levitt around, and then you're kind of switching back and forth between like three main characters at the end of the day. But let's get into my pros. So I mean, I already said it. The cast is great. The actors are great, or the cast, the actors, both the cast and actors. Everybody's doing a great job. So the cast is great. The visuals are some of the best visuals I've seen in just kind of like a normal, like, type of movie. I mean, you really would want that for a superhero movie, and so this delivers on that a lot. Like, there's some really good shots in this movie, dude. CGI is up the wall, man. It's so good. Like, the highest praise is the visuals in this movie and the acting. Like, you got two key elements that really work. Um, I like the setup. They don't do any kind of like weird editing choices. The editing is actually really good in this movie. I like the editing a lot. I kind of compare this to the Old Guard because you're making a new concept and setting it up and seeing how it pans out. I'm gonna say this right now. I enjoyed the Old Guard, but the more I think about it, my enjoyment of it kind of dissipates. This movie I could definitely rewatch, and that's one I can't say about the Old Guard. I wouldn't rewatch the Old Guard unless maybe the sequel comes out. I don't know, but this movie's definitely got a rewatch value to it. Um, just the whole atmosphere is definitely good. The tone is mostly consistent for the most part. It might feel off here and there, but like I dug it a lot, man. Like, I was really hoping just for a good movie at the end of the day. Like, maybe my expectations were really low just because of like the only great movies we have got this year are like Invisible Man, Palm Springs, um Bad Boys 3, like, and then a couple like just enjoyable movies here and there. But this movie being, a newer release, it's at least, it's a good watch, man. Like, I would definitely watch it and recommend it to other people because there's a lot to enjoy. You got MGK in here, you got Casey Neistat in here, you got the one dude from Westworld in here. So you got some high player individuals getting actual screen time and a lot of. It is rated R, so you got a lot of good bloody moments and some gnarly stuff. Not too like gory, but there are some gory scenes. So that's about all I can think about for my pros. I mean, that is a lot of pros. Like, I am giving it a lot of like decent praise because there is a lot to enjoy here. The middle ground I'll be meeting with you guys here, the med parts, I guess. It's just like it's kind of just another revenge type of movie, at least for one of the characters trying to like revenge and a mixture of trying to get his daughter back. So you got a mix of that, which is kind of a trope, we've seen many times before. They do have a couple of things that are similar, like, you got the main lead actress teaming up with the guy trying to find his daughter, so you kind of get that, like, parental figure in the girl's life, and then she kind of gets a father figure in her life. So, I mean, it's not, I do like that, but it's still a thing we've seen before. So I guess the middle ground here, where it's just kind of meh for me, is like it's got stuff we've seen before. Luckily, it does add that new flavor with the superpower stuff going on. So it's definitely not like bad by any means. It's just kind of meh at the end of the day, but definitely not anything I really dislike. And I guess another pro I can say is the whole concept of the pill from the get-go. The movie doesn't start off boring. Like, it starts off really good, and you can really just enjoy the whole atmosphere of it. It's a really good just setup. I mean, you got the whole pill. It's kind of like Limitless. Limitless I really liked. That one I guess took a bit more time to actually see what the pill does, but it's kind of similar in the vein of what that movie was. At the end of the day, this movie gives me a mixture of Limitless and The Boys kind of mixed together, because Limitless was, I think, PG-13, but it's the concept of a pill unlocking more potential, and then The Boys, hard R, superhero stuff. So you got kind of a mixture of those two things going on, and I like both of those things, so you would think I would enjoy this movie, which I did. So now going on to just what I really didn't like. The villains here, I mean, the villains are kind of just one-dimensional. They're not too, like, you're glad when, how do I put this? Like, at the end of the day, like, you're glad that, if they're defeated, that they're going to be either gone or they're not going to win. But, like, they're just a typical villain. Like, they're not, that special. It kind of gave me an X-Men vibe a couple times because there are things dealing with biology and stuff. So again, that kind of leads into things we've seen before. They didn't explore exactly how the power came to be, which you don't always need, but in this type of movie, they kind of present you with ideas and things that you think are going to at least explain more than they lead on, but they really don't. And so, unless they make a sequel, I don't know if they are. It doesn't really make it seem like there's going to be a sequel, but I still thoroughly enjoyed it. But yeah, man, I don't know. The villain's one-dimensional. The whole things we've seen before, and then I guess let me think. I mean, you got a good music score. You got, I mean, there's a lot of good things in this movie. Like, it's hard for me to really pinpoint if there's actually really like things that weigh it down. I said the cons really. I think that's about it. Um, I think at the end of the day, it's just things we've seen before. It doesn't add. I mean, it adds a freshness in the sense of just the concept, but they don't exactly really go through with the concept. Like, they show a lot of things, and the way they present the whole concept of this pill and like what it does to your body, that really was like some of the best parts about the movie. But they just didn't really go back. They didn't even have backstory in this movie, really. Like, they just focus on one character's backstory, and the whole idea of where it really originates and how this all came to be is kind of mentioned, but at the end of the day, you really don't get much about it. And I really enjoyed this movie. I would rewatch it, and whenever it comes to a Blu-ray, I would probably just buy it because I mean it's still a thoroughly enjoyable watch, and maybe they'll make a sequel, and I'd be down to see it because I love me some superheroes. So again, guys, this is my review of Project Power. It's been a while for a movie review, so nowadays these kind of movie reviews, until things start amping up, because here where I live, even though movie theaters are supposed to be opening up, sooner, or at least within the next week, some of them are supposed to be open up, and then Tenet's coming out, but it's like, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to see Tenet or the New Mutants in a theater when they come out, because where I'm at, we're still kind of quarantined here. So that means no theater should be opening up, which means maybe no movie reviews from me, but I thought I'd at least give one here because it's been a long time, and at the end of the day I still love movies and TV shows, but I do got TV show stuff coming up, like Lucifer's coming out, The Boys be coming out. So I do have a couple ideas for rankings and reviews, so at least there'll be some content, but for right now it seems like it's mostly majority TV shows, music, and I guess some live streams and things to that degree. Maybe some video games. It's kind of hard for me to do all this stuff at the same time, but going off track here, this is just a more chill, relaxed movie review. Nothing too special, but just giving my thoughts. That's what I do here on the channel. Give my thoughts on things I love and like and my passions. So if you're new here, please click the like button, subscribe, join in on the conversation, because as I like to say here, this is a place to express yourself and your opinions, just like I am. So that being said, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I really hope that you don't pay $30 to watch Mulan on Disney Plus, because I'm not doing it. For the majority, it seems like people aren't going to be doing that, and it's such a ripoff. Like, HBO Max and Disney Plus be like making you spend so much money. I would say Disney Plus is better at this point, but even Disney Plus, like, they still need to add some more stuff that's actually worth it. But at least it's decent, I guess. But then they want you to pay $30 for Milan, man. Rip the people that have to review that movie. If it was in the theater, I'd probably review it, even though I'm not too excited about it, but I guess I ain't reviewing Milan now. So, again, guys, hope you all enjoyed this video. Hope to see you in my next one. Peace.